No soliciting, no trespassing. We better just go. We broke all the rules. By us taking the time, I know what you guys want. You're making the selections. We'll rework this stuff so it makes sense. So when your guests come in, it's got sand in it so it doesn't open up worth a darn. If you make it look nice and make it yours, it'll be the same person that you guys are is going to be the one moving in. I just got a phone call, and what's nice is, after being in the business for almost 35 years, when you get referrals, that means a lot. So that's a great compliment. I had a client that I redid their home as a remodel, and these people have seen it and they were impressed. So they referred me. I'm going to be showing up at their house here in a little bit and walk through and find out what their interests are, maybe their budgets. I understand they want to redo their kitchen, maybe the master bathroom, and sometimes they want to do a few more, like maybe something in the basement. It all depends on their budget, because you can easily sometimes overdo a remodel, and what happens if you're not going to stay in the house for a long time, then you can sometimes spend too much money, and when it comes time to sell, you're a little bit upside down. So I'll make sure we have a true balance on that we're spending the right amount of money, and we're focusing on the important things such as the kitchen and the bedrooms, bathrooms are important, and then also the exterior. I'm not sure what that looks like. They say it's a fairly new home, so I'm sure that's fine. So I will take you guys with and meet the clients and find out what it's like when you meet the builder and the client. And the most important thing is establishing trust and a relationship, because it becomes a partnership for quite some time from the start to the beginning. So with that, we'll make sure everybody understands each other and it becomes a great working relationship. So let's go see what we got. Okay, we're at our next meeting. This is a walkthrough for the first time meeting a customer. He wants to do some remodeling that he's seen a client that I've done, a friend of his. He was impressed with their work, so I'm over here to see if we can help him out. So I'll take you guys inside and see what we're in for. Let's see, maybe I'll do the right thing and take the trash out from the curb. That's what I need to put on my house, one of them ring doorbells. Those are kind of nice. No soliciting, no trespassing. We better just go. We broke all the rules. Jordan.
Hello.
You ready for us? Brad.
Are you ready for me?
Yeah. You just moved here from California, right?
No. So I'm from LA.
Oh, okay.
I moved for work to Chicago. Met her. She's from here originally.
We've been in this house for 6 months though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, we moved in December and are hoping just to kind of make some updates.
Okay, and you know Rich and Maddie?
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
I know Maddie from high school.
Oh, no
so
kidding?
Really close friend of mine.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fun gal. So yeah, we did quite a bang-up job on their place. So
Yeah, it looks incredible.
the
Hence
before
why
and
we called
after.
you.
So good, yeah. So we're here. So now we got our work cut out for us. So tell me what you guys are, what you're hoping, what you want to achieve. I mean, you just kind of walk me through and tell me what you have in mind. And is it just the main floor downstairs?
So it's a ranch with a basement, and essentially, just for the beginning of this project, I think our focus is the main floor upstairs, and then obviously work on the basement afterwards. Ideally, that would be the kind of way we go about it, unless we find out through talking to you it makes more sense to just do it all at once. But for us, it's just sort of like the main focus was establishing this main floor between our bedroom, where we spend most of our time, and obviously the kitchen, where we would cook most.
Yeah, this is where you live.
Yeah,
right?
this is where we are. Well, I work in the basement, but
I
like
see.
it's not prohibiting me from doing my work, and it's not like we're at a pinch for hosting so many people right now.
Okay.
Like ideally, this would be our main focus.
Okay. Well, I like this. You guys kind of tell me what you like about it and what you don't like about it, and then we'll start going. Also, another thing that helps as we get into this further is if you've got photographs of how you go online and you look at Pinterest and you go one more picture.
We have plenty of Pinterest boards.
Yeah, those help me. It helps me get inside your head. You know, the pictures are 1,000 words, so the more stuff you show me, it helps me kind of get an end result that everyone's happy with, right?
Yeah, we can. I was gonna say last night we forgot to print off some photos, but we can definitely
have-
follow up
Or
with
sometimes
that.
if you have like a Pinterest account or
Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
we just
definitely
link up
do.
to that, and then we can go through and do that as well. So.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Sometimes you'll see a picture, like you might show a kitchen, but what you're only liking in the picture might be the hood.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and I'm seeing some other things. So those are, but as the more time we spend together, the better I understand, what you want.
So just as a quick example, just not to throw too much at you.
Yeah, you got these-
Light, airy.
So what you're seeing, like your windows, we can easily come in and paint that wood.
We actually do need to do new windows.
Oh,
This
you
is
do?
another question
Yeah.
for you. These are the original windows from the house, and there's some like
A lot of
crackage
them
and
are-
crap. So we gotta
So-
do that. We want to paint the outside.
Okay.
These are like we're just slowly building sort of like our quotes and and the process, but like we would like to act on this sooner than later. I don't know if you work with window people.
Yeah, we do it all. Where sometimes problems come in is where if you have a guy and I have a guy, pretty soon all the guys aren't really working well together.
Of course.
It's the best way to do it is let one person run the whole thing. If it's an outside person that you bring in, then they're working on top of each other. They're all prima donnas. My job is to keep everybody happy and working. And if I'm working with the same guys over and over again, they work well together. Versus this guy took my ladder down, I'm pissed, and I go, oh, I've seen that. It's a smoother process if you'll let us, run the whole job.
Yeah, for sure. And
I'll let her speak to it first.
Yeah.
I'm very
what
opinionated.
we love about the house in this room specifically is the open concept. So we love that. I think what we definitely would like to do is we want all the carpet gone. This floor, honestly, we can get rid of it. I would love like a light flooring concept, which I think you did in Maddie and Rich's home.
If this carpet was gone, it was all the same floor here, we'll make this room feel so much bigger.
Yeah, 100%. I absolutely agree. Yeah. You mentioned also the windows, like we would love to have kind of maybe a darker frame. Potentially would, because we have a little bit, we don't have as high ceilings, but it still feels pretty high.
Here's another thing, would you be up for this? Amy, where these angled fireplaces were kind of nice back in the day. I did them a long time. Now we're coming in, we're taking those out, moving it on that wall, and then giving you another window.
Is that like possible?
Yeah.
Oh.
So what happens, what to do the math and see, because some of these fireboxes, they're only like 16 inches deep now.
Yeah.
So you would lose a little bit of this room, but you can see typically you want to be 12 foot from the wall to your couch.
Yeah.
So if I measured, I got a tape measure that's got sand in it so it doesn't open up worth a darn.
Well, this right here we feel like is kind of in a weird place. So if we're able to like push it back just a little bit or have a longer, more of a centerpiece.
Yes, I agree. So this thing sticks out so far that this needs to be square and brought in kind of right into, if I can push. If you could even have it sit right here, but it'd be nice if it was into your kitchen more, wouldn't it?
If I may.
Yeah.
If we break this down, let's just say we like swiped everything out of here. So you have like a blank slate and everything. This doesn't exist, that doesn't exist, these walls, etc. If the first thing that you talked about when you enter into this house, I love this I call it like the great room, the living room.
Yes.
Right? I don't need the kitchen encroaching, which is what it's currently doing. And
exactly.
we'll get into what we could do there.
Okay.
In this room, I don't hate the concept of moving like a fireplace here. The idea that we had that we loved was this old fireplace that we currently have, like with the mantle and everything blocked. I wanted to originally strip that, do some sort of tiling up the whole wall there, mount the TV, have one of those thin, wide glass fire
linear
boxes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I have examples of that too. However, if you're saying that we can dig into that, get more light, and then basic same thing here, I still like that like concept.
Okay.
With no mantle, like mantleless, just like an extended TV. I'm fine with that. She even mentioned like, oh, what if the TV's here? More people could see it. I don't think that having TV there limits anyone from seeing it in the room.
No, it works there. It'd be nice to get one more window in. That's something.
I don't hate that concept. I'm not against that. And so that was sort of the thought here.
Would the window be in the, would it still have
he's
that
gonna
concept, or that would
we'd take that, we'd square up your room.
Yeah,
okay. And see, a fixed window, you have one that opens, some are fixed. Those it'd be nice to add another sliding glass door or something right here.
So we were kind of wondering,
so now moving into
cost
this room.
wise, like if we had an open sliding door concept
doors.
that instead of having the
go
wall,
like this,
have the doors open.
So what's nice, these here, these kind of encroach. Yeah, because
we would get sliding doors.
Like
it's a terrible.
Right. So people don't think that stuff through. So if this becomes a big slider and we go taller, so you have these nice high ceilings, and they didn't take advantage. These should be 8 foot tall because you have 9 foot high ceilings, and I think that maybe it's 10. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you can go up more.
Yeah, we could if we needed to box up, but I can make this room, put those beams in.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Those fake beams or whatever beams, we do like that.
Yeah, we could put those in.
So that's this railing. Absolutely hate the railing. Like anything that looks this.
Yeah, we can make all that.
Yeah,
You want modern, and so what I would do is pull all this off, and then do drywall returns. And I can take you out and show you my house and all the homes that we've done.
We would love that.
So it's really cool. And then we just have like a wood sill on it. But those are little features that I can show you along the way. And are you saying your whole house needs windows, you think?
Well,
we think so.
Yeah, the basement ones. I mean, if you look at this here, like they're foggy. They're
Okay.
like it's just dew. It's
Some
just
of
one
these,
those
let me see what brand.
No, it's close. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the whole thing.
This might be, there's a window brand out there they called Lincoln, like Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
But they sound more like they've been leaking.
Lincoln.
Water comes in from leaking.
Yeah.
So, and they do that, so it's a great window for about 5-6 years. I try to
This
put in
home's
stuff.
2003, so it's a
20-year-old home.
I think.
They probably lived their life.
Probably replaced.
No,
that,
yeah. So we would do a nice Anderson window that stands the test
Anderson or
of
Pella
time.
or whatever
Yeah,
you suggest. So here's where we can have a lot of fun.
Okay.
Absolutely hate the kitchen. Sorry for the language.
That's right.
Hate the kitchen.
Yeah.
It literally looks handy capable. Like, and that's fine.
Yeah.
If that's what happened before, that's totally acceptable. But like, there's
It's
a lot
not-
of space, which is awesome. But it's not very functional, and it's not easy to sort of navigate.
Yep.
And then we have our laundry room here, which
Okay.
again, it's nice to have the laundry and an extra bathroom.
Okay.
But
You
this
got
is
a
the
big
fun
We're
garage.
kind of in like the extra bathroom here is
you wanna
nice,
blow this up,
but
move
if
things
we
around?
want, yeah,
Yeah,
if it
we
makes
might be able to
more
move that
sense.
bathroom where it enters into your kitchen. You might come from your entryway.
Yeah.
Change
Yeah.
the entry of that.
This is the garage where we've got right
So-
now just all this space
Oh.
that we don't really
We
need.
don't
Like,
have an
we would
RV, we
ideally
don't
love
care for
to.
that.
So we could even come back, I mean, you still get a car, we could even stop it to where here, so at
Yeah.
least you have storage and use all this space.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, you could pick up, do you have the plan by chance?
I've been
We
trying to
do.
get those, so I will make sure to
We,
get
I thought
those for you.
she did get
No,
one.
I
for
kept
us.
asking.
They're in the basement, I thought.
Really?
We really, and I'll send you more of the concepts. We love, like you did for Maddie and Rich, that like walk-in
In pantry? Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Okay.
Only because we love a clean aesthetic. So if our kitchen had less things on the counter and all like appliances that are smaller were in that sort of
Yes.
butler pantry, including all of the food,
Okay.
I'd also have a sense of mind that like no critters are in there because it's kind of like locked away. Or if like, you know, we had kids that we didn't want going and grabbing snacks, just be able to do
Close
like
it off,
5
yeah. So yeah, your
o'clock
coffee
on.
pot's in there, your toaster's in there,
Yeah.
your air fryer, all that stuff is back in
And we
there.
have the ability, if this was it,
We can go behind
you
her
can
even
make a
more.
window.
Oh yeah, put a window
You know,
right
like
here.
and I can show you what it looks like on the backyard
Okay.
there. Yeah, and just to be clear, like even this garage, it's not a project we want to do now.
Yeah.
But we'd like to make it more functional, switch the floor out eventually.
Well, what we could do is we could come in and treat the floor. We put it's a painting surface, it's a epoxy on it. They fill the cracks and nice and smooth. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll just make, what's nice, we'll make the list of everything that you want done, and then we'll have prices associated with each one. Then you can kind of say,
And we're open to like
Yeah.
your suggestions for like, for example, we don't need a desk in the kitchen.
Yeah.
This is an old style thing, blow it up, gone.
Yeah.
Pantry, again, if this exists in there, there's no need for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how much more of this could be open.
so we would redo something.
Or like you said, maybe the bathroom.
This might be like an entry you turn and go into the bathroom.
Sure.
We'll rework this stuff so it makes sense. So when your guests come in, that they get a place to put a coat, they maybe looking for a
we still want
restroom.
the concept
The coat,
of
yeah.
a coat closet.
And I don't know, maybe go on that side.
The whole concept too about the floor everywhere, we do like it flowing, and I don't know if this is also something that could just theoretically open a little more
Yeah,
or
we
not.
see. This
Or
always
go
is a
round.
pet peeve of
Yeah.
mine. They lower these down for like a transition. There's no reason why this has to be this low. That can go all the way up.
We also like the round concepts
Yeah,
too are
arch it.
cute, you know,
Okay.
just like give it a little bit of style.
That's
approach.
easy enough.
But either way, like we're open to what you guys would have in mind. It's a little congested here, and I'm open to suggestions. Obviously, we still need the bathroom for our. This would be for not only guests, but for these
For
don't
these
have bathrooms in them,
Okay.
right? And it's the master's over here.
So
But
yeah,
in
these
this-
two bedrooms share this bathroom. Is
Yes.
what they do. Yeah.
So right now we have this bedroom, which for all purposes is a great bedroom. It's got a nice sized closet. It's got this. There's not a lot that we need to really do, in my opinion, except for strip all carpet.
Yeah,
right.
carpet
So
out. And we just repaint like this wood. I think you'd be happier if it was painted, right? Are you?
Yeah, and I don't know
Yeah.
if like I'm in love with like the whatever
detail?
you call
I don't
this
know if they're,
stuff.
or you guys would
The
recommend
molding?
like
Or just doing like more
it.
flats or
Yeah. So that's pretty minor. I mean, we could always just paint it and show
Or
you
that,
what you
yeah.
look.
No,
You
that's
go, I
fine.
still don't like all the details, then we pull it off and put on just a flat.
perfect.
Trim
And then
work.
her office. So Amy and I, we both work from home.
Okay.
And one of my biggest things is I feel like a person should always have 3 places. 1 being their home, 2 is a place of work in most cases. But since we work at home, I find it very important that her office is her office. You can see we actually tried attempting to paint once because it was all like that color before.
Okay.
And didn't do the best job. But also I want her to have full autonomy and freedom in this room to make it as fun as she wants or whatever it is that she wants. I also have that same for the downstairs. So when I say that the floor might bleed in here, she might want walls different color. She might want whatever, and that's something I'd love to.
So it feels like when you're almost like you feel like you've left the house and you're in. Yes.
Like works should stay in this room, and then when she's out, it should, you know.
Okay.
That's why I think the detachment is really important.
Yeah, we'll work with her, and we have interior designers that will help you make this yours.
Yes.
That's the key.
And that's what I want for her.
Okay.
Okay, so the master is beautiful. We think it has a lot of.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it's huge, and again, we really like the vaulted ceiling.
We could
I
put
don't know
some
if we could do
beams
some
in there if you
pretty
wanted to.
molding or beams, something like that. But like in general, this room is pretty.
It's big. Well, you have a
in
huge,
some nice wood floors
huge bed, and it
accent
works.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we love it, and I
okay.
don't think even like having the TV mounted, like we'd still probably have this exact same setup just due to the way that these windows are.
Okay.
But again, new windows.
Yeah.
And then the master bathroom is a project that we
Have to
love
have.
concepts on.
Okay.
So her and I, we have a lot of stuff. We're big shoppers, and such. We have clothes, probably too much clothes for our closet. Everything came this way, so this pink is just like how they had it.
I see.
We made the best of it. You can see they've even added.
You know what?
like,
What we would do is we have a great company that we work with that will sit down and we customize your closet. You'll be amazed how much we can maximize this space. That you'll get all this away and you'll find out you have extra shelving.
And we would love that.
So
and and then I made this myself actually.
Oh, you did
So
good.
just the food,
Yeah.
It's cool, like
Oh
one
yeah,
of
Dutch
those.
doors.
And then literally this would be a playroom.
Okay.
And it would have a thing where the kids couldn't get out.
Yeah.
And then so if we're all down here entertaining, you just put the kids in here and then they play.
Yeah, just to a half door. Got it. Okay.
But again, this is more future.
Down the future.
The
It's like
water
an
heaters to the
extra-
right.
It could be an extra
Oh,
bedroom
they
if you
actually
wanted it to be.
they used all your
They
storage.
had 4 kids. The
Oh.
people who before
Yeah,
us,
and
so
then
they
back
kept their
here-
children in the basement.
Huh.
It goes.
This is cool though, because I think you can have a lot of fun with this.
A ton of
It goes
storage.
super deep, and if we needed to extend like this
Some of these
wall,
rooms-
it's just nothing, then this room could actually become bigger. I don't know if we could pipe a bathroom towards this area, but if this could be a windowless actual guest bedroom.
What I could do is look for the plumbing and see if you could. This would be a
sorry.
place
Stay
you might be
steady.
able to squeeze in like a half bath if
Well, so
need be.
That's what I was thinking is if we needed an extra bedroom for guests or whatever,
Uh-huh.
if this was this, and I don't know how much further you could go or make something into that, I think having a better workaround for an actual bedroom would be great. Like when they sold it to us, I didn't see this as a bedroom, right?
Yeah, really, legally you can't because you have to have a window. And
Yeah.
a window has to be where you can climb up and get out.
Yeah.
And I don't think
And
there's
I think we're dead
that's
on
the
the
front
ground
of it.
right
Can't
now.
do there. I don't know what's on that side.
That is below. I
Yeah.
think right now you're
That's the
below our
outside.
bathroom.
Yeah. So your house on the must jog on the front.
Okay.
So that one sticks out. That's your master bedroom and bathroom.
So we're
is all
above
of
the
that.
master bedroom right here.
Yeah. Well, the question I guess is, I mean, you've got a lot of space. It's difficult. I mean, to get an extra bedroom down here, I don't know how important. Not everybody
It's
has.
not that
has,
important.
has-
We just don't want
Sure.
2 random closets,
Yeah.
right?
What I would say, sometimes people spend too much time trying to fix their house up for someone else to buy it. If you make it look nice and make it yours, there'll be the same person that you guys are is going to be the one moving
Fair
in.
enough.
Would
What
it
if we
ever
blow
be
out
a
this
world
wall?
where we-
Yeah,
And
you
we
could
have,
open
like-
this up.
Where we open it.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
opposed.
okay.
And that could be like the little poker table area,
Yeah,
or
like
some
sit
sort
up
of
this.
lounge.
So it's
or
somehow it's an
whatever.
offshoot of this, and then here's your media room,
That's not
right?
bad.
We can
Yeah.
design those things. Having the person that's going to buy this house most likely is probably going to be an empty nester. So like right now, you guys are kind of empty nesters with you don't have kids.
don't have
They're
kids.
coming. My guess is you guys will probably live in this house for 5 or 6 years,
That
and
is
then
exactly
you'll
our
outgrow
kind
it,
of
and
game.
then you'll have to have me build you one somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So even though you think it's your last house, just make it work for you now with your offices. I mean, more and more people are working from home, and they can always put like
Yeah,
that,
bedroom,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
bedroom. Or we're putting Murphy beds in where the guy has an office, but in the event somebody comes for the weekend,
Yeah.
boom, the bed
No,
comes
that
out of the
was
wall.
That was a concept too with this big couch that we've been looking at.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ones was like love sack, and basically you can reposition 2 ottoman to become a full king or queen size bed. So
Yeah.
it's like in the event we do like foresee our family coming, my family in LA coming to stay. But again, the moment that is no longer, let's say that's a crib room.
Yeah.
We
You're
have to-
going
we
to
have to have
need your
options.
office. That other
Yeah.
bedroom would probably be the baby's room.
Exactly.
You still keep your office. You have your office here, but down the road, I don't know.
And I don't mind sacrificing to have like a Murphy bed or one
Yeah.
of those like couches that becomes.
Yeah, the couch, because you have a couch in there, and that turns into a
Yeah,
hide-a-bed.
like
so,
whatever
so
works.
what's nice, if you can get a room to flex, to do multiple things, versus how many times you see people with a 4 or 5 bedroom home that they have all the doors shut because they're waiting for someone to come use them. And if they could have used that room as a office, or it could have been study or a den, then otherwise you have this 4,000 square foot house, you live in 1,500 square feet.
I also don't mind a lot of this like empty space on this wall here. I don't mind if we're able to punch in a little bit here to make some like functional closet.
Oh,
you saw on the other side, it's just literally.
Yeah, if you need some storage or
just
there's room back
just
in
a little
here.
storage, because if we get rid of, if
Okay.
this eventually does become just like a play area instead of a storage closet, it would be nice to be able to keep like the games in something.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is too much wall to just not have.
With having the blueprint, if we get that, so that will help me look at opportunity and where we go, okay, we can put, see right now you have return air, we want to stay out of this. Maybe it's on this side or
Yeah,
that
sure.
side.
I think this
but,
corner here might have a little bit
yeah,
of room.
and all of a sudden it goes back in there. Yeah, there's, for downstairs, on the other side is, if you do it in series, if the budget allows, it's always best to get it done when everybody's here.
Well, and that's why you're here to kind of
Yeah.
give us that guideline of budget.
Yeah, so now it's for me to gather what you're looking for, and some of the big things are kitchens and bars and plumbing. That's the most expensive part of a
Okay.
house. So when we're dealing with the kitchen and bathrooms, I mean the bar downstairs, if we can keep some of that
Yeah.
in place and maybe just take the island part
I
out.
was gonna say, just like re-topping, right?
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
yeah.
the cabinets aren't terrible.
Yeah, if you can repaint those, you'd be amazed, and put different hardware on,
Yeah.
they would look awesome. So, or let's
And it's
leave them that
even
color.
just, like, even these drawers here are great.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, if you knock out the drawers that are here and keep this and just resurface that, then I have my walk-in. We still have all these beautiful
The door-
areas.
Yep,
you know,
yep,
the
to
drawers.
do stuff with. Okay.
We're happy to play nice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This isn't the last home. This is
Right,
the
no, this
concept
is
we
one
both
you're gonna make
understand.
it cool, be nice, but you watch, when it's all done, people will want what
We
you
want to
have.
love where we live, and we also want to add value to our home. We don't want to do things selfishly just to like
Yeah.
be like someone, be like, why'd they do that? You
And, you know, you're in a neighborhood too that there's a maximum amount of what
Correct.
values are, so we have to be kind of conscious.
So
of
this
that.
home, we got at 420. I think the largest, it's either 550 or 600 at the max,
Okay,
right? And so we want to be mindful of like
That.
obviously not putting too much money into a home where
Okay.
it'll never come back, knowing that this also isn't the final house.
right.
So we're open to be economical, but I
So
do think
so we'll start with the primary, the kitchen and the master bedroom bath,
Yeah.
and see where that gets us and what's left over. This downstairs
as far as
is
finished
nice.
basement goes,
You-
like it's
You-
very
you-
pliable for anyone.
Yeah.
So even if we did make the upstairs super nice and we love that, we could always just
The way we
work
finish
on
this
the
with
dimensions.
carpet and paint and redoing a few things in here,
Yeah.
the downstairs and main floor, they all should tie in together
I
as
agree.
one home.
I like the blend, and that's another thing too. We're not big carpet people, and I don't know if carpet's the way to go in basements.
Anymore, this LVT is coming out.
The LVT is what we want. So
Okay.
we don't want hardwood floors like the one you saw in there that was dark.
Yeah,
That's that laminate stuff, which is great for, you know, again, if you have kids, you have scratches, you have stains,
Yeah.
people are drinking, dropping things.
right.
you know,
It cleans
beer
up.
cans,
It's
etc.
basically bulletproof stuff. Yeah.
So that's our concept, which
Okay.
I know is also more affordable than like real wood and potential like premium carpets.
Yeah,
et cetera.
and it's
So-
come a long way. People have to really, they can't tell the difference if it's wood
No, of course.
or LVT. So.
And I could care less about that kind of stuff, but
Okay.
I just, again, as long as it looks
All
good
right.
and it lasts.
And then when you pick out, like, for example, you'll need new appliances and some of that. So
That's-
before you do any of that stuff, I get discounts, and my
Okay.
discounts transfer to you. Before you go, we'll line it up. So when you go in there, you're talking to our rep, so he's well aware of that you're working with me, and they know your house versus just getting some random salesperson. And then whatever pricing I get is your price. We want it to go fast, just as fast as you guys want it to go. In a perfect world, we like to do our jobs where you're not living here.
Yeah, we
and
talked about
like
that
that
too.
because some of these subs, like I got guys who want to start at 6 in the morning. Well, then you're sleeping and you're working here.
Yeah.
So if that understanding is we're on the same page, you'll get a better finished product. It'll go quicker because some of these guys I have guys that will like moonlight and they'll do your drywall at night, and we get a better price because they want to make extra money on the
Sure.
side.
And we have spaces to like stay at or go to. It would just be a matter on if you need us
Yeah,
here
like
in
how far-
market,
yeah,
because
yeah.
we have places that we can stay out of the state.
Okay.
But if it would depend on how frequently you'd want us to come and do like walkthroughs or
Right.
reviews or
Here's what we do. I even have a guy that can do stuff in 3D that will help
Oh,
you
we love
visualize
that.
it
We very much
because
like
it's
that.
hard to read a blueprint.
Yeah.
So if we take a little extra time up front, spend a little more money on the design and the drawings, you could be anywhere. We can just FaceTime if we have to. If we have it all drawn out the way it works, there really shouldn't be much time where I need you to
Yeah.
come back.
Okay. Cool.
So
I love the
we're
renderings,
aligned with
by
that
the
because
way.
we've got places in LA or in Wisconsin that we can
okay,
go.
well, I'll have to
and
come
be at.
visit you guys.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, well,
Exactly. I guess then, so it sounds like basically step one is we would need to get you blueprints.
so I get the blueprints. We'll start drawing up, and we'll work your kitchen, and you'll meet with our kitchen people and the designer, so that you can. It's
And they're local?
all local. Everything's right here, so that what you're picking out, it's yours, and you're setting the budget for your kitchen. Versus me coming in and go, well, I think your kitchen's going to be 30 grand, and you go pick out stuff that's 60,
Yeah.
and now you're mad at me because it was so I didn't know your taste for.
For sure.
I know your tastes are
that
good,
makes sense.
but that's an
Yeah.
example.
And this
Yeah,
is absolutely
absolutely.
going to happen, so
Yeah.
we'll rile it
Yeah.
up.
So the surprise really comes up front. I mean, some people play the game, builders will do, hey, this is going to cost this much money, full well no one's going to come to here and they want to just change order you to death. It should be a good experience. And where that creates is if by us taking the time, I know what you guys want, you're making the selections as we're bidding and designing, so that when the price comes in, it's with your choices, not mine. I'm not
Yeah.
guessing. You're picking out plumbing fixtures, you're
Yeah.
picking out the flooring. Like some people go, well, no, I had to have this wood. It's $300 a square foot. But like one guy ordered a sink for his house. It was 10 grand. I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
So that'll blow.
I was
Well, and
looking
like,
at
I
some-
guess
some
for like
very pricey
the
stuff
payment
today,
piece,
actually.
are we paying everything through you, or
Yeah.
when you're
Sounds
bringing
good.
all these partners too, are we paying separate?
You just pay my company, and then I get lien waivers, and I pay them.
Okay.
But
got
we'll
it.
show you on these things. We show you the cost of everything. We'll kind of get a budget and a
Itemized,
bid, saying
Yeah.
here's where the box we're trying to stay in. Okay, let's let the gains begin. Like if we do a remodel, we get up here and all of a sudden you go, geez, that kitchen sink isn't as easy as we thought to move because there's a problem, a beam in the way. Now the plumber's got to move a plumbing pipe. It might be costing another $1,500, $2,000. What you want is for him not to get hurt, but you also don't want him to put in 5 grand for the unknown when it was a $1,500,000 unknown. We're upfront. We don't surprise you. We'd say, okay, there's always going to be a little bit of a gray area somewhere.
Like a plus or minus.
Plus or
maybe.
minus, so we budget that in. We might say, okay, we'll call that an escalation clause or a surprise factor. Maybe we put in a $5,000 or $10,000. If we don't spend it, it's yours. But if we spend it, you go, okay, we got a budget for it. Now we've used 2 grand out of the 10. Let's hopefully don't have any more of those.
Yeah.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
So I want to make a team. It's
Yeah.
us together. It's not you against me and me against the subs.
course.
It should
No, I mean,
be
in
a
the end,
partnership.
Yeah.
when you
Because
finish
it's
something
a-
that's beautiful based off of us and you, I mean, you're using this the same way that the STEMs used it, that we saw theirs to inspire us
we
to
want
work
you,
with you.
yeah, you saying the good thing. I want you not kicking Brad the Builder around. I want you going, oh, Brad was a good guy. You should use him on your
Absolutely.
house, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that doesn't happen by mistake. It happens by us continuing to talk. And when people quit talking is when the problems start.
Yeah.
So,
And I sort of
Absolutely.
experienced that with someone I was getting a quote with, and it was just like, can I get that itemized? Or like, hey, where are we at with this? Like, and at one point it's in your it's in your court, and obviously at one point it'll be in ours.
Mm-hmm.
But the avoiding that lapse of communication is obviously what keeps the project going.
yeah.
So
it's
I'm
just
looking
keep
forward
it-
to that.
And we're also at a time and age, we were just talking about the labor force is just getting smaller and smaller. The A guys are still out there, but they don't have the B and C workers. It's like the kids that carry the tile in. So the guy that's been doing tile for 30 years, his back and knees are sore, and he's like, I don't want to carry tile anymore, but I have no one else that will do it. So you're paying this guy that's probably 80, 90 bucks an hour to go do a $20 an hour job.
Yeah.
The point being is it just takes extra time. So
Yeah.
I'm now finding guys to help me, to work with me, and I'm happen to be the guy. I'm going to go pick up the tile for this guy tomorrow so he can start working in the shower.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. So the next step's us getting you blueprints, and we'll obviously communicate via email. I
Yes,
assume is
yeah,
the
yeah,
best
my
way,
email,
obviously phone and
and
stuff.
I'll
But
put you my assistant down. She keeps track of that stuff
got it.
as
So
well.
we got like you're project managing, but I'm sure you have people that you work with.
I have
also.
2 people. I have the gal that runs all the building, and I have a project manager that is always on the jobs, checking them all the time, including me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the office. It's no
Yeah.
fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we get you those blueprints, and then we talk to whoever we need to talk to get a better understanding of cost to some degree.
That'll be me.
And then
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to give up today. I've got kind of figured out what you want. I'll start drawing out some of the changes as soon as I get the plan. Say, well, because your kitchen can look 4 different ways,
Of course.
right? So what's the best one you like? Here's the kitchen with the island here. Here it is here. Here's pushing out the garage. Here's not pushing out the garage. So then we'll say, here's kind of a budget for that. Pick out the cabinets. And then the master bath, there's probably 1 or 2 different ways to do that. And then what I'll do is I'll bring the subs out here and let them physically look at the house so we can get a firm bid. New construction, they don't need to look at a house because they're starting from scratch, okay? What's the cat's name?
Stella.
Stella?
She's just
right.
she's very
Yeah.
very social, which we like.
No, when then you have kids, Stella gets kicked to the curb. Yeah, that's right.
And the
What
dog
about
will
me?
come in the
And the
picture
dog,
too,
yeah,
and-
then the dog gone. The new construction market slowing down. You guys are in a good time because guys are wanting indoor work coming in the winter. So new construction is because the interest rates have gotten so high.
Got it.
People are just sitting on the background waiting, and the prices continue to go up. I used to have like 14 jobs going. That was way too much. Now I'm down to about 4 or 5, and you guys would be one of those.
Oh, fantastic.
So I'm mentally trying to slow down, but I still need something to do because I don't have any hobbies.
Yeah.
So one other thing I think before we go here is we did talk about windows. I briefly mentioned like painting the exterior as well. We do have a brand new roof, so that's actually
That's
a
good.
nice bonus. Like before we even moved in, they did.
Well,
do
we
that.
want to get your windows in and then paint your house.
So that's
what
we don't understand.
Yeah, I'll help you
with
with all that stuff.
Start with the windows and
Yeah.
then go with everything
So
else.
we would
or-
do the windows. I mean, even during construction, because when we do the windows, you're taking off the trim.
Yeah.
And also, we would just say, okay, let's let the games begin. Because we ordering windows, it's going to take 8 to 10 weeks to get your windows.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You don't
that's
want
That was one
the
thing
you don't
we
want
were
the
like,
ones
So
that
we need
stock.
your window guy to come out here
Yeah,
because
so
no matter
I'll
what
get him out
happens-
to come in and measure all the windows. And if we want to make some of them a little bit bigger, like those windows that are fixed, they're not that much money. If you wanted all those windows to open up, they cost like about $1,000 more.
I don't think we'd ever want these to open.
No.
Not
Right?
down here.
Not down here.
The upstairs
Yeah.
one, because the one on the far right is the only one that opens.
Do you ever open it?
Yes.
Do you do? Because if I add you a sliding glass door in each one, you might open up that.
You're talking about
is that
this
in
way?
the yeah, if the kitchen door's open, then maybe we wouldn't
You wouldn't use it,
necessarily
yeah.
need
I just
it,
I've
but
never liked the partition that just kind of screws out the look of everything.
The transom above
Like
it?
there's something real nice about if we
mesh.
walked in and
Yeah.
our windows were just like these
Floor to
large,
ceiling.
beautiful things, or even like the plus sign, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like 2 and 2.
Oh,
I mean, again,
okay.
we'll
we
show
can
show
add some of that
examples.
stuff. Yeah, you show me that because then we'd order them that way. And they might need to, maybe they could be a little bit bigger for that matter too. So
But yeah, so if that's like the timeline for that, I think speaking to whoever your window person is probably crucial.
yeah, we'll get him out here. So here we are, probably about like a mid-September by the time we get cabinets ordered, windows ordered. I mean, order them hopefully, maybe in the next, things are starting to pick up. It used to be like 16 weeks for cabinets and windows. I mean, it used to be 4. But now with that supply chain, it's getting back
It's
to
getting better.
getting a little
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
So we don't want to back to that point. We'd like to start, let's just say realistic, maybe it's middle September or October 1st, and then October, November, December. It's probably a good 3-4 month project. By the time we get it out, move things in. We like to stack certain guys, but be realistic. There's no way you can do a whole kitchen and bathrooms. It takes a week and a half just to demo. Then the plumbers come in, then the electrical. So I'd like to say 3 months, but there's always a cushion in where the guy doesn't show up for 4 days, because they're on another job.
Sounds like we'll be enjoying some time in Door County or LA.
I'd rather
that's fair.
Yeah,
We
I'd rather-
understand.
And
and
we're
I
not
think,
in
yeah.
like a massive rush, like if it's winter and it's the 3
If you're
months,
okay with
4
that,
months,
yeah.
that's really fine.
Yeah, we're happy to be in LA in the winter.
Yeah, you guys, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, good
That's
for
not,
you.
That's not a pain for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say 99.9% of the emphasis would
Okay.
absolutely be the upstairs, and then this is sort of right now an afterthought to us,
Yeah.
just to be clear.
So your windows on this house roughly are probably going to be in that 20-25 grand. Your kitchen's probably going to be without, your appliance package could be as much as 30,000. Because if you do a $10,000 fridge, most appliance package in this price range house is probably closer to 15,000, 18. So if you do those things, if you spend money in your kitchen, you're always going to get your money back out.
Yeah.
No, of course.
If
That's-
you
and
have
that's
a
how we
lousy
feel
kitchen
about
and a
it,
cool
too.
media room, nobody cares.
Yeah.
So front entry, coming in a presence, your kitchen and your master bedroom bath. That's the 3 things that make the wow effect. So, and we'll hit those
is
first.
150, just hearing that, is that you're just like, oh, there's absolutely no way.
I think it might be closer in the 2s or somewhere like that,
Closer to
225.
2.
Yeah, because
And
if
that's
you're-
inclusive of the basement?
I mean, your basement really. If I'm just thinking of like a
Like
counter,
if we literally
you
don't
did,
even touch it,
you
if
don't-
all you do is the stair.
come down the stairs. Oh, inclusive. Yeah,
I'm saying
leave
if-
the basement out of that thing.
If
yeah.
you just have the stair finished, because we'd want obviously that.
The LVP.
And you
And
do
just do
absolutely nothing
flooring.
in this basement, and it's
Yeah.
just upstairs. Obviously the windows.
You
would have
could
to
probably
be
spend
downstairs.
10, 15 grand in the basement with flooring and paint, but countertops in here are going to run you a good 4 or 5 grand.
Yeah.
You don't really need to do much down here, but paint goes a long way.
Yeah.
Because it would look
No, I
like you
agree.
came downstairs. So does that work for a timeline? If we, thought like September or something like that, does that work? Or is
For
there,
starting the project?
yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's,
that works.
specifically if we move forward, like we get the things and we love the mocks, like, yeah. I mean, we're not like, oh yeah, this is a 2025 type of project. Like we ideally want to get it done sooner than later. But anywho, thank you all so much and we
Yeah.
look forward to the next steps.
All right, guys, we'll see ya.
Cool.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming
Have a
through.
good-
Okay, so that went really well. I think those people, what's great is they have a very open mind and they have a really good understanding. I think it's important we talk budgets ahead of time before we get into it and find out that I'm thinking 200,000 and they're thinking 20. So that's always a problem. It's always weird to ask for budgets, but if you don't up front, then it gets really awkward later. So I got my work cut out for me. We got to get the designs, start drawing up stuff and make them do their selections. And that way, if they stay active in making the selections and I keep moving, talking every week, we should be able to keep this thing rolling and get the remodel done and looking really nice, hopefully before Christmas. Okay guys, I'm back at the office after meeting. Ooh, that door's loud. Just got back after meeting with the clients and come on in, I'll have a seat and go over it with you. With the remodel, I think it went really well. They were very open and they have some great ideas and they're very realistic with their budget. I think it's great that when we do remodels in a perfect world, I don't know how people live in the homes with people doing construction. So they're willing to move out of the house, which will make the process go faster. It's really messy when that happens. It'll keep everybody happy. My subs can work any hours of the day. So the next step is I have to get the plans. Hopefully they have a copy which will help expedite and allow me to start looking at the floor plan and start making changes and find out what walls we can kick out and which ones we can't. And then what'll be even better as I'm working on the plans, I might set up a meeting with the interior designer Lisa so she can meet with them and maybe start going over some cabinet selections, looking at appliances. Those are expensive budgets and I want to make sure that when I price out the home that I'm pricing it with their selection choices, because there's different levels of cabinets, there's different level of appliances, and I want them to set the budget, not me. So when we get the final price, it is with their selections in mind. I'm really looking forward to taking you guys along for the journey. I think this is going to be a fun project. Hopefully we'll be able to get started on it right away. I have plenty of time on my schedule to get this started, so the important thing is making the selections early, making sure everything is available before we start demoing the house. Hopefully that will take place here in the next maybe 35, 40 days. So I'll see you guys on the next job site.